Hello, everyone, and welcome to Indiana Golf Magazine. I'm Brian Hammons. Our spotlight this month shines on junior golf. Some of the biggest events in the state were held in June. And we'll begin with the IHSAA Boys State Championship, which finished in a rainstorm. The final round of the Prairie View Golf Club began with Center Grove leading by 4 over the defending state champions Westfield. The lead was 3 at the turn, and it came down to the final hole. Center Grove led Westfield by 2 shots through 17, but the Trojans played the 18th at 3 over par. When Westfield's Hudson Kuchma made birdie at the 18th, the Shamrocks took a 1-shot lead. And when Ryan Caesar made par, the Westfield Shamrocks became back-to-back state champions.
What we talked before the round and during the round is, out here on the second day, you just have to finish. And we just kept believing in the guys and feeding as much confidence in them as we could, knowing that they were battle tested. I mean, this was a team. I had 4 guys coming back that had experience. It wasn't quite the names everybody was used to after last year, but they a lot of experience, and they leaned on that, especially today, and it obviously paid off.
Westfield wins by 1 over Center Grove. Garin Catholic finishes 3rd, 4 shots back. Castle and Hamilton Southeastern round out the top 5. In the individual battle, Hudson Kuchma beat Garin Catholic's Eli Wessel in a 2-hole playoff to claim the title.
It means a lot. I've just started hitting balls when I was 2, and just imagining that I just won a state championship individually is incredible, especially with all the kids that are committed to go play golf next year. It's just an honor to play.
You'll remember last month we featured 2 junior players who made it to the round of 16 in the USGA Women's 4-ball, Taylor Snively and Ressie Lemon. In June, their good play continued as the 2 friends squared off in the Indiana Junior PGA Championship. Ressie Lemon began the final round at the Kokomo Country Club with a 1-shot lead, but a bogey at the first dropped her into a 3-way tie with Taylor Snively and Josie Kelly. There was a 2-shot swing at the 7th when Snively birdied and Lemon and Kelly both bogeyed. Snively was up by 2. The lead was 3 at the 9th, but there was another 2-shot swing when Kelly birdied and Snively bogeyed. Snively led by 1 at the turn. When Snively birdied the 15th, she led by 2 over Kelly and by 4 over Lemon. But Lemon birdied 16 and 17 and had this for birdie at the 18th to force a playoff and made it to force extra holes. On the first playoff hole, Lemon had a short putt for birdie and the win, but missed. At the second playoff hole, Lemon was in close for par, and Snively had to make this long par putt to stay alive. At the third playoff hole, Lemon had another short putt for the win and missed that one. Then at the fourth playoff hole, Lemon drove it in trouble. Snively had this for birdie and the win.
We were out there for a while. Shout out to Ressie. She finished 3 straight, and she was kind of out of the picture for a while, and then she hopped right back in and gave me a good run for it. We both love each other so much, and we battled it out. So it's a lot of fun to play against one of your best friends. Feels a little more comforting, but it's hard to do that.
Snively's win qualifies her for the National Girls PGA Championship coming up in July in Frisco, Texas. Josie Kelly was right in the hunt until she bogeyed 3 of her last 4. Taylor Ross and Karis Reed both made big jumps up the leaderboard with rounds of 73 and 74 respectively. And Taylor Snively's good June continued a few weeks later when she captured the prestigious North-South Junior at Pinehurst. Snively shot 4 under par over the 3 rounds for a 1-shot win over Kira Yoon of Elizabethtown, Kentucky. The Girls State Junior was also held in June, and Carmel's Maya Fujisawa Keuling wins for the second straight year, shooting 68 in the third and final round to win by 5 shots over Kennedy Gutierrez. Second round leader Rowan Pies shot 77 in the final round to finish third. Ressie Lemon shoots a final round 71 to tie for fourth. The Boys State Junior Championship is stroke play into match play, and it came down to Alex Cook and Eli Wessel in the championship match, with Wessel winning 2-1. Eli is now exempt into the USGA Boys Junior Amateur to be played in July at Saucon Valley in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And Eli was also recognized by the Indiana High School Golf Coaches Association with their highest honor. He was named Mr. Golf for 2026. Along with his junior championship, the Guerin Catholic graduate finished second in the high school state finals this year and will now head to the University of Cincinnati to play alongside his brother Leo. One of the biggest events on the women's schedule was contested in June at the Battleground Golf Club, the Indiana Women's Open. And this one got interesting down the stretch. The final round began at the Battleground Golf Club with Fort Wayne Country Club assistant professional Meghan Musk holding a 3-shot lead. But that quickly evaporated after she made double bogey at the second, and Ball State sophomore Ashley Kirkland made birdie at the third. The lead was down to 1. Musk's lead was 2 at the par 5 11th when things took a big turn. Kirkland made double bogey, and Musk rolled in a birdie putt for a 3-shot swing, giving Meghan a 4-shot cushion on the field. But it wasn't over. Bogeys at 13 and 16 brought Butler sophomore Addie Coy into the mix, and she had a couple of good looks late to tie, first at 17 and then at 18, but couldn't get either to go. So when Meghan Musk made her par putt at 18, she was the 2026 Indiana Women's Open champion.
Just battling nerves all day long. I think it's probably been 10 years since I've been in this kind of position. So just trying to settle myself down all day. Just telling myself, be confident, make good swings like you know how to, make good putts like you have been all week. So that birdie on 11 was nice. Would have liked a few more to drop today, but that's golf, and in the end, got the trophy.
Meghan shoots 76 in the final round, but it was good enough for the 1-shot win. Addie Coy's 70 was the round of the day. Ashley Kirkland ends up alone in fourth. Two-time champion Lauren Tibbetts ties for sixth. The PGA Senior Open was held at Coyote Crossing in West Lafayette, and John Hoover held a 4-shot lead playing the 16th in the final round, but made triple bogey. He held on to win by 1 over Quinn Griffin. There was a 5-way tie for third, 2 shots back, which included amateurs Keith Blythe and Eric Gessner. The win was Hoover's 4th top 10 finish this year. The Northern Open was played at the Stonehenge Golf Club, and last year's PGA Player of the Year, Eric Steger, was back to his winning ways, shooting a 5-under par 67 to win by 1 over the 2024 Player of the Year, Vince Drummond, and University of Evansville junior Jamison Owsley. Nick Benz and amateur Kenny Cook tied for 4th. The leaderboard looked similar at the Monticello Open. Eric Steger continued his winning ways with an 8-under 64, winning by 2 over Marian University senior-to-be Lane Zedrick and Vince Drummond, who ties for second for the second straight event. Jamie Brose and Michael Davin tie for 5th. And time now for our Golf Performance Academy Tip of the Month. This month, Mike Asbell helps us become better ball strikers.
Hey everybody, Mike Asbell here at the Golf Performance Academy at Golf Club of Indiana, and I want to talk to you guys today about iron striking and a few drills to help with consistently strike the ball and how to release the club. That way we get a more consistent distance in the air, which is now predictable, and which will help you eventually make hitting greens a lot easier, right? The name of the game is get the ball on the green, 2-putt, get out of there. The more greens that we can hit, the lower the score will be. So let's get into this. I've got a few drills here. One of the bigger things that I see as I'm teaching students is a common disconnection where the right elbow gets stuck, or this trail elbow gets stuck back behind, and then we end up throwing the hands, and a lot of the impact positions will look similar to this, and then sometimes we'll see the little chicken wing. There's a whole catastrophic series of events that happens, and it's not going to help you out. So this first drill here, I call it hop the fence. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up with the club just on the right side. I'm going to take just a little half swing back. I have to now shift and move my center forward and land the club on the other side. If I get my shoulder dipping or everything sits back behind, I don't move forward enough, I'll get this, and that's how you're going to know you've done it wrong. Sometimes you might lightly click it, but we're just trying to work back and forth here, land on the other side. Doesn't have to be very hard. Repeatable over and over and over. That's going to give you a feel of just moving through the strike. Another version of this is a simple towel drill. You're going to set the club or tee your ball up about a foot width or so in front of the towel. And again, the whole idea is here is I'm trying to move forward through the strike and towards my target, getting that club to release and go out down the line. So it should look something like this. Never even come close to the towel. And that right there will just help keep compressing the ball and getting it moving forward. The last thing I want to talk about is I like to practice a lot of times using a ball on a tee. What I'm always looking for is, where does my divot start in relation to my tee? So here I'm just going to hit a nice shot here. We'll talk about what the divot should look like. That was pretty solid, right out of the middle. And so if we look at this, here's my tee, and this is a lot of times what I'm looking for when I'm on par threes, stuff like that. I want to see the tee in the ground, a little bit of grass, and then most of that divot afterwards. Again, all of this is going to help you with hitting more greens, creating a more consistent flight with your irons, and striking the ball a lot cleaner. If you need any more help, the staff here at Golf Club of Indiana, we're happy to help you. Come by, see us, reach out to us, and we'll get those scores lowered. See you out on the golf course.
And here's what's coming up in July. The Women's Am will be held at Rock Hollow in Peru the 14th through the 16th. The IGA Match Play and Senior Match Play the 20th through the 23rd. The IWGA Mid-Am and Senior Am is the 27th at Broadmoor. And the PGA Senior Professional Championship takes place the 27th and 28th at Harrison Lake Country Club in Columbus. And that does it for this episode. I'm Brian Hammons. Thanks for watching, and join us again next month for Indiana Golf Magazine.